What's the most messed up thing you've seen on a Zoom class? Okay, so this happened during 7th grade history when we had this substitute teacher, Mr. Ramos. He was only supposed to be there for like a week while our regular teacher was sick. Nothing crazy, just some boring guy clicking through slides about the Civil War or whatever. But on Wednesday, something really weird happened that still makes me cringe thinking about it. So class had just ended. Everyone was saying bye and closing their laptops. I was still on the call though because me and my friends Arya and Josh always stayed on after to mess around and share TikToks. We'd screen share funny videos and just talk about random stuff. That's when Mr. Ramos's camera suddenly came back on. At first we thought maybe he forgot to leave the call, but then we realized he had no idea we were still there. He couldn't see us because our cameras were off. He got up from his desk, took his button-down shirt completely off, and lit up a cigarette right there in what looked like his bedroom. Then he opened another laptop next to him and pulled up what looked like a live stream of himself teaching our class from earlier that day. We all just froze. Like, what the hell was happening? He started clicking through this folder on his computer called Zoom class recordings and began laughing to himself while watching clips of us from previous classes. That's when he started talking to himself and saying really messed up stuff about all of us kids. Look at this little girl always pretending to care about history. She's probably cheating on every assignment, he said while pointing at the screen. Then he clicked on another video and started making fun of this kid Tyler who always asked questions. Little Tyler thinks he's so smart. Bet his parents still cut his food for him. He kept going for like 10 minutes, just roasting different kids in our class while smoking and drinking what looked like beer. I only show up to these Zoom calls because it pays decent. You think I actually care about teaching these spoiled brats? The whole time, Arya was smart enough to start screen recording everything. We were all just sitting there with our mouths open, not believing what we were seeing. Then he said something that really pissed us off. He pulled up a recording of me asking a question about the Boston Tea Party and started imitating my voice in this really mean way. "Oh, Mr. Ramos, why did they throw the tea in the harbor?" he mocked. "Because they were idiots, just like you are now." That's when Josh accidentally unmuted himself and said, "What the hell?" really loud. Mr. Ramos immediately looked at his screen and realized people were still in the call. His face went completely white and he scrambled to turn off his camera, but it was way too late. The next morning at school, literally everyone was talking about it. Arya had already sent the screen recording to like half our grade through Snapchat. By lunch, kids were coming up to us asking if it was real. The principal called Mr. Ramos into a meeting that afternoon. At first he tried to deny everything and said we probably edited the video or made it up. But then Arya's mom emailed the actual video file to the principal, the vice principal, and like 3 other administrators. You could hear everything he said perfectly. There was no way to fake that. By the end of the day, Mr. Ramos was completely gone. Security literally walked him out of the building with his stuff in a box. Our regular teacher, Mrs. Patterson, came back early from being sick because the school called her and told her what happened. The crazy part is that the next week, the school sent out this formal apology letter to all our parents. They said they were deeply sorry for the inappropriate conduct and that they were reviewing their substitute teacher screening process. But here's the best part. Every single kid in that history class got an automatic A for the entire quarter. The school said it was to make up for the disruption to our learning environment. Mr. Ramos never worked at our school again, obviously.